Next stop, Florida Keys.
Let's do it. Tarpon's gonna jump up. Take a rag again. Got a whole snapper fresh. This is a damn good gin.
The fish are incredible. This is a great way to kick off the Keys.
Last week, we took you to one of the most unique national parks in the country, the only place on the planet where both crocodiles and alligators coexist. And after exploring all that the Everglades has to offer, we packed up and are heading south for the ultimate road trip. For the next 3 episodes, with the help of Florida Keys Tourism, we'll show you the best way to eat, drink, snorkel, and sightsee your way down the A1A. We're Howard and Caitlin Newstates, full-time travelers and adventure seekers, exploring North America and beyond in our Winnebago Navion. Our passion is sharing the wonderful and sometimes challenging parts of our life on the road with you, taking you off the beaten path, meeting interesting people, and trying new things. Each week we bring you along with us to explore unique things about every new state we visit.
Next stop, Florida Keys.
Let's do it.
The A1A is considered one of the most epic road trips in the country, running 329 miles from the northernmost beach in Florida all the way to the southernmost point in Key West. We'll get into the history of this roadway and how it came to be in our next episode, but our first stop today is Fiesta Key RV Resort just south of Islamorada. On its own island, Fiesta Key RV Resort has one of the nicest pool and beach lounging areas we've ever seen in a campground, with a variety of full hookup sites, including some right on the water, and its own restaurant.
I love that there's a happy hour literally like steps from our front door.
It's a great place to set up base camp for exploring the Upper Keys.
It's a great restaurant called Oceans 305. They just opened in February. I met the owner and the chef, and it's pretty cool because the owner was a camper here himself and had an opportunity to start a restaurant here. So we're gonna go check out some more of the delicious food.
The night we visited happened to be Cinco de Mayo, so Chef Guido was doubling as resident DJ, as he often does, which the guests here at Fiesta Key absolutely love, myself included. When he isn't spinning tracks, he's working on delicious items for their new menu, like this Peruvian ceviche, which we both agreed was definitely one of the best ceviche dishes we've ever had. Guido has owned and operated a Peruvian restaurant for years, so he knows a thing or two about good food. I mean, how often is it that you find surf and turf with delicious local lobster at an RV resort? We can count on one hand the number of times that has happened. And the drinks are great. I mean, who doesn't love drinking out of a bucket? This fun cocktail is aptly named Dude, Where's My RV? But luckily, you won't have a far walk home to find it.
Well, it's our first day in the Keys, and we have to stop at Robbie's.
Yes, this is a quintessential Keys road trip stop because you can have a great lunch and also feed the giant tarpon.
It is terrifyingly interesting and fun.
I'm so excited. I've never done it. I've stopped here one time years ago, but I've never fed them.
We'll let you draw your conclusion as to how you feel about it.
You're gonna see the holes in the nets, hold the bait fish by the tail, go right through the hole, hold it about that high off the water, tarpon's gonna jump up, take a rag out of your hand.
Awesome.
Ready?
All right. That was a very quick safety briefing. I don't know how confident I'm feeling. Oh my God, they're huge. Ready?
Yep. Hold it a little lower.
I got scared. Battle scars.
Did it get you?
Do they actually have teeth or
They don't. It's like
the jaw?
It's like cartilage.
Yeah.
Right. So it feels like sandpaper, but it's like an abrasion.
Yeah.
They can definitely get you.
And he got their mouths open up so big and they're so fast. Even after doing the first one, I was like, okay, I know what to expect now. No, still makes you jump. That is so fun.
Lower, Kaylin. You chickened out, you dropped it. How hard could this possibly be?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You can fish? No, it's to scare the pelican.
Oh man, wow. Oh, I thought it was great. Super easy. Kaylin, it wasn't a big deal.
So on the weekend, they go through about 1,000 pounds of fish to feed the bigger fish. It's incredible. Cheers. Got a pineapple cider. It's very refreshing.
And I got something called iguana bait. It doesn't taste like iguana bait to me. It tastes like good beer.
So after you feed the tarpon, you can come over to the Hungry Tarpon and feed yourself. Your iguana bait.
Is it working? Look, it worked. We got iguana. 1, 2, 3. See? That's the secret of the iguana bait.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Holy smokes.
How are we gonna eat that?
That's a whole snapper,
That's
Caitlin.
amazing. We haven't had a whole fish since Mexico. Wow. Do you have a strategy?
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna start from the beginning and then I'm gonna end it.
It's a good strategy.
Hey.
A quick little outfit change because we're getting ready to head out on a snorkel excursion.
I can't believe it. It's our first day in the Keys and we're already gonna be in the water.
And it's so cool. So we're going out to a coral reef. There's a huge coral reef that runs the entire length of the Keys, and apparently the snorkeling is incredible. I'm so excited to see what kind of awesome fish we're gonna see. So we're going out with Sundance Watersports, and if you have your own gear, great, bring that. Otherwise, they do rent it to you. So I have my own snorkel that I'm gonna be using, but I'm gonna get some fins from them.
Getting out on the water is the best way to experience those beautiful teal colors. Sundance Watersports took us on a great, smooth boat ride about 20 minutes out to Donut Hole Reef. We dropped anchor, put up the diving flag, and geared up.
We also have what are called snorkel vests, guys. Have you ever been on an airplane before? You've probably seen something similar put on a flight attendant. If you're gonna use one of these, it's important to tighten this very tight, okay?
Just like in there.
Even if you don't have any snorkeling experience, the crew made sure you felt comfortable in the water and told us exactly where to go to see the most sea life.
Come on now, come on, won't you come with me? Time to let it go and be free.
There are different spots they'll take you to depending on weather and clarity.
Come now, come listen to the melody. Slow it down, put yourself at ease.
You have about 90 minutes to snorkel, swim, and explore.
The fish are incredible. It was excellent, and these guys are top notch. I highly recommend coming to Robbie's and then hopping on a boat with them and going out and exploring by water. So much fun. This is a great way to kick off the Keys.
So much of visiting the Florida Keys is about getting out on the water, but the Keys in Southeast Florida have played a huge role in the history of underwater exploration. And the History of Diving Museum in Islamorada is a great stop whether you're into diving, treasure hunting, or know nothing about either. Founded by Doctors Joe and Sally Bauer, the museum is filled with artifacts, equipment, gear, and memorabilia that was collected over a span of 40 years all across the world.
Oh man, that is heavy. Oh, 70 pounds. Wow. Whoa.
Oh, look, you can see the air in there.
Yeah, it's a real struggle to hold this because of the amount of buoyancy of the air that's inside of the helmet. So that's why they have to add the extra weight. So you have to offset the air that's inside the helmet with weights, but that means it's really heavy when you're above the water.
Wow. The museum's signature collection is the Parade of Nations, which is an amazing display of diving helmets collected from numerous countries around the world. It's incredible to see the different designs and materials that were used to make these.
This is such a unique and very quintessential Florida Keys experience to see the diving history and how it ties in with the Florida Keys history.
The now famous Miller-Dunn diving helmet, known as Divin' Hood, was created in Miami. The first style was developed in 1916 and opened the door for shallow, warm water exploration in the Florida Keys. The open bottom helmet was revolutionary in paving the way for the general public to be able to step into the underwater world.
You know, when we think of diving, we think of scuba diving, but it's so much more than that and dates back to the late 1800s. It's excellent excellent, and I think definitely worth a stop when you're here in the Upper Keys. And hot tip for our fellow RVers.
There is a huge lot right next door, which is big enough for you to pull in, stop, and turn around. So if you're towing, no problem at all. And they're pet friendly.
Yes, you can take your leashed, well-behaved animals in through the museum. I don't think in any of our travels we've ever come across a pet-friendly museum like that.
Dogs, cats.
They had a rabbit once. Very cool. This gets 2 thumbs up from us.
So Islamorada Beer Company started over 6 years ago. Group of college friends out on the boat having those kinds of conversations about, oh, craft beer is really big, but there's nothing really happening in the Keys right now. Maybe we should make our own craft brewery and brew beer for our lifestyle. When we first started, we were doing the lighter, easy drinking island beers, and that has continued to be our core component to what we do today. Here at the brewery, you can taste things that are dark and hoppy, whatever flavors you like.
So what started as a chat on a fishing trip has turned into one of the most recognizable beer brands in the state. Distributed all across Florida, their colorful cans and bottles become synonymous with easy breezy island life. Even though they are mass-producing beer off-site, the brewery is absolutely worth visiting because they brew small batch draft beers that you can only taste here.
The idea is to always have a cool rotation so that every time you come here, there's something different on and something that'll entice you to try a new flavor. Citrus ale, lemon, orange, and key lime. No wake zone, that's our coconut key lime blonde ale, our most popular beer. Snake Creek Stout, which is our oatmeal stout. Nested Reel, our sour ale. The lavender lemonade, which is one of our most popular cocktails on tap that we do. And our newest most popular cocktail, which is our frozen key lime pie cocktail. This is made with a gin.
Only the Newstates' favorite spirit. That's right, Islamorada Beer Company has moved into the distillery space, producing their own rum, vodka, and our favorite, gin.
This is our home of our 100-gallon still and our pot/column still set up over here. We have up to 5 types of rum that we produce, including our reserve, which is comes out several times a year. Islamorada gin. This is our original citrusy gin. It's made with juniper, sweet orange, and other important gin botanicals. It's a corn base, so it's gluten-free, 5 times distilled and 10 times filtered.
Wow, that's so smooth.
This is damn good gin. It really is. I'm a person who drinks a lot of gin, as you all know. I love this. This is actually really good.
And with one last trick up their sleeve, Larissa showed us their popular color-changing hibiscus gin. With a little acidity, it changes from a bright blue to a blush pink, making for some very fun cocktails.
Oh, smell that.
Key lime.
Coconut. I get the coconut. You smell the lime?
Key lime.
You know, bringing the Keys to all parts of Florida and then bringing all parts of Florida to the Keys, because that's really what it's about. Everyone knowing the Florida Keys and enjoying the Florida Keys and coming down here because it's even different from the other beautiful parts of Florida.
This is beautiful.
The ultimate Florida Keys road trip will continue next week as we make our way south to Marathon, getting out of our comfort zone.
I am so excited, slightly nervous.
Trying the famous lobster Reuben, learning how travel to the Keys was made possible, and of course, taking in all the beautiful views. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications of all our new adventures. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.